Hello, everyone. I'm Khadija, and I'll be presenting alongside Tej and Kush for Team Skilltopia. So thank you all for being here. Today, we're just going to start off by introducing you to Sarah. Sarah is a talented hairstylist who's looking to build her website. As a result, Sarah is looking for a great product designer, but can't afford to pay for a product designer due to the rising cost of services as well as the rising cost of living. So what Sarah aims to do is she's looking to save costs as well as at the same time get a reliable service provider. Now, if you can relate with Sarah, you're not alone because 60% of Canadians currently complain of high cost of services and 40% complain about unreliable service providers. And that's why Skilltopia is here. What Skilltopia aims to do is it aims to enable its users acquire services simply by offering their skills as payments, and that way it makes services accessible without financial barriers. Next, we're just going to take you through our product highlights. Now, for this slide, we see the major features on our product, but we might as well just show you. So why talk about this highlights when we can show you the product? Sarah's journey on Skilltopia starts by signing up. She gets an email verification code. She submits the code. Now Sarah is able to successfully log in. Once Sarah logs in, she's welcomed into the platform with the onboarding pages that we see here. Now Sarah gets into the dashboard. Through the dashboard, we see Sarah's coin balance. Now remember, Sarah's looking for a product designer, so she comes up here, searches for product designer. She could type this in or click on this pre-populated tab. Now we see all of the product designers that have displayed their skills or offered their services. Now Sarah is able to click on one of the product designers and continue from here. Alternatively, Sarah can come into the skills here and she can actually see all of the services that people have displayed, various kind of services. Now, Sarah wants a product designer, so she can just type that in here and populate all of the product designers. Now, Sarah wants to deal with Sherry Mal, so she clicks on Sherry Mal. She can just send a request or save Sherry Mal as one of her favorite product designers. Now, Sarah selected a product designer. She has to be able to pay the product designer. So what Sarah has to do is offer her skills so she can earn coins, and that way we'll be able to afford the 250 coins that Sherry is charging. So Sarah fills out the form here, description of the service, location, price. Now Sarah can publish. This way, anyone that searches for hairdressing can find Sarah's profile. Sarah also creates a profile here about herself, a portfolio. Now, if Sarah has any issues, Sarah is able to contact us using the contact us page. And finally, Sarah is able to track all of her requests from here. Incoming requests, Sarah can accept or decline. Outgoing requests, Sarah can actually decline or message. All of Sarah's completed messages we see here as well, and tasks in progress where Sarah is able to cancel a task or mark as completed. That way we can see how much coin Sarah has earned, and she can also leave a review. This is just a brief summary of everything that Skilltopia has to offer for its MVP, and I will just hand over the presentation at this point to my amazing colleague, Kush. So over to you, Kush.
Thank you very much, Khadija. So judges and audience, you might be wondering what's really the true potential of this market. So since our product is one where we don't have a lot of direct comparison, our market sizing was really based on the number of potential users as opposed to a monetary amount. So we did use a bottom-up approach because top-down approach would have had a lot of variables and would have skewed our calculations. So as you can see in Canada, we've got 16.1 million users who we have is our total addressable market. So this is really a total of the amount of target personas. So as you can see, students, tradespeople, young professionals, self-employed individuals, and freelancers. So for our SAM, we went with a conservative 15% to give us 2.42 million. And for the serviceable obtainable market, we base it on 2.5%, giving us 36,000 users within the first year. So who is really our competition and how does Skilltopia compare in comparison? So we really focus on the value that we could offer our users compared to what our competition is either not offering or not doing really well. So we did a ton of research on this and we found that skill verification was one of the value adds that was lacking on other platforms, right? So over the last 9 weeks, the team has really honed in on this as a way to build trust on the platform. Some of the ways we plan to do that is that a user can upload their certifications, they can link their social media or business account, they can even upload pictures of their work so that there's trust within that. We believe that by really addressing this, it really gives us a competitive advantage over the competition. Now, how do we plan to run as a business? So every section that you see here from customer segments to revenue really fits in together to review the complete picture of Skilltopia as a business. I'm not going to speak in depth on each one, but some key areas I'd like to point you guys to. is our value prop, for example, some of the key partnerships we plan to establish once we launch, and of course, our revenue models and revenue streams. So now that we've explored this part of the business, we're going to shift gears, and my colleague and product manager, Tej, will walk us through the financials and the next steps.
Thank you very much, Coach, and thank you everyone for being here today. So let's quickly talk about financial projections on Skilltopia. So in year one, we have projected to have a total revenue based on our revenue streams to have up until $5 million in year one in revenue and go up until $20 million in year five. We also accrued a total cost on Skilltopia in year one for $2 million and going up onto $3 million in year five. With these, we have a benefit cost ratio of 4:8, a return on investment of 380% in year five. We also have a break-even point in year one and payback period in 6 months. As a business, we have identified some risks that could be attached to Skilltopia, and we have thought of ways to mitigate this risk. Our top 3 risks are our security risk, because we offer in-person trading preference. So we have security risk, financial risk, and technical risk. And we have outlined ways on how to mitigate this risk such that when they happen, we have something to do immediately. Moving on, we'll talk about our next steps on Skilltopia. We intend to launch our MVP by the end of Q4 of 2024. And then based on users' feedback, we can iterate on our product and also make some refinements and also introduce premium features as well, so that we can start monetizing and rolling out our monetization strategy. And then by end of Q4 of 2025, we intend to start talking about scaling and entering the global markets. And then meet our super amazing team that have been working endlessly and tirelessly day and night to bring all the Skilltopia's dreams to reality. Thank you for your time and attention today. We would welcome questions and feedback now, but please do us well to join the Skilltopia dream by joining our waitlist by scanning this QR code that you're seeing on your screen. Thank you for your time once again.
All right, let's give Skilltopia a round of applause for a cohesive and strong presentation. Good job, guys. Interesting concept of sharing screens. This is how the world started. Before we had money, we used to share skills, and that worked quite well. Now we're digitizing that. Interesting concept. Let's go to the judges. I'm gonna start with Esther this time. Go to Jerome and finish with Andre.
Okay. Great presentation. I'm a little confused on one thing though. So do I have to do service to get service from you guys? Like, because obviously the coins is the concept there, right? So that's where I was lost a little bit.
Yeah,
I can
okay.
Okay, I can clarify. Because we thought the idea of a swap will not be ideal, because if I serve you, you might not need my service in return. So the idea of the coins came in where individuals can offer their service. That way they can earn coins by offering that service. They choose how much. So for example, you have to complete a task or you have to offer your services to earn coins based on what you charge. And then you can use your coins, the virtual coins earned, to request service from any other service provider on the platform.
Okay. But then I also saw on Q2 that you had an ability to purchase coins. So let's say I don't want to serve, but I just want to use. So that is coming up in Q2 then?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's for
Okay.
future iterations.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That was my only concern though, because sometimes we come to the app and say, no, like at this point, I'm just looking for an app where I just want to get service. I don't have time to give service back. So that was like, I was even thinking that maybe we can push that to like as part of the MVP. But that was the only one. But other than that, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Esther. Okay, let's go next.
Awesome. Well done, guys. My only question is around the coin system as well. If I'm offering a service, I can't get monetary value. I can only earn coins. Is that a true statement? Okay,
Correct.
so I would only find value in offering my service on your platform if I saw a service that I would then use in the future. Otherwise, I'm not getting anything for offering my service. You see what I'm saying?
Right, right. And
Okay.
I can take this one, guys. So great question, Jerome. Really, we really thought about, the problem we're trying to tackle, and it really all revolves around affordability, right? If we did a comparison today for like a hairstylist, for example, that would be perhaps $150. On Skilltopia, you got two options. You either pay with skill coins or you offer your skills as payment, right? The benefit for the person who's receiving that is down the line, if you want a certain service from someone, you don't have to go to the market and pay $150. Find someone on the platform, use your coins instead of using your own cash. That's the whole idea.
Got it. So it's targeted for like a low cost type of user. It's okay.
Right.
I think you guys should really lead with that. I think that should be your real, you're a part of your value proposition, certainly.
Got
Okay.
it.
All right, let's go to Andre. Thank you, Jerome.
Yeah, cool concept. My only question is around the liability piece, because whenever you have systems where there are coins or rewards or loyalty, it creates a liability on the platform. Like, how do you plan to manage that liability? Have you had any talks with anyone who's an expert in this area to see what are some of the challenges that could come up from such a system?
Okay, in terms of point system, in terms of liability, we are in talks actually on how to mitigate that. And that was actually one of the risks we identified in terms of risk in security, for example. We intend to sensitize our users as much as possible, put safety guidelines in place, put tooltips in place for users such that everybody know what they expect upfront while onboarding on the platform.